What's going on YouTube? It's Brendan from Market Makers. Busy couple of days, guys. I've been watching the markets all morning. Wanted to give you some more information of what's happening in the world. Obviously, we have Ukraine and Russia meeting. Nobody expects a lot to come out of that. But, this is opening the door. And I noticed today on the business news, the talking heads, the experts talking about, the Fed, that they may not raise rates now because, with the tumultuous world and the economy. And then there's other people saying they will raise rates. So everything's up in the air. I wanted to give that to you because Bitcoin's doing something bullish right now. How far it will go, a lot of this will depend on this month, okay? Key turning point month. March is traditionally bearish. It's a 45 angle in the Gann calendar. Multiple crashes begin in March. Multiple bottoms happen in March, okay? It's a pivot point in the marketplace. So we need to see what happens, because if the Fed comes out and says something like, well, we're going to do a quarter point, but we're not going to raise rates the rest of the year, or we're going to reassess in the fall, I would expect these markets to turn bullish, and you could see a lot more upside. If the Fed comes out and says, we don't care about, they're not going to use these words, but we don't care about what's happening in the rest of the world. This is about financial security for the country, and we need to aggressively raise rates, 0.50. I mean, the markets are going to dump, okay? So it really depends what they do, and nobody can tell you specifically what they are going to do because there's only a few members on the Fed that get the vote for it, okay? And we won't know till it's announced, and that will be up and coming, I guess about, 10 days or so, a week or so. And then we have the inflation reports coming out. I'll tell you guys as it gets closer. The inflation reports coming out, are they going to come in higher than previously? Are they going to come in lower? If they come in lower, that could affect the Fed decision as well. If they come in hotter, obviously that could affect the Fed decision. If the war starts to spread more, this conflict starts to spread more and other countries are involved, that's going to affect the marketplaces. These aren't things you can do TA on. I'm giving them to you verbally as macro events because it will definitely affect the marketplaces, okay? If the markets turn bearish, remember, Bitcoin moves like a tech stock. If the markets turn bearish and they dump, look for Bitcoin to do the same. If they turn bullish based off the Fed news, if Russia comes out tomorrow and says, hey, you know what? Just kidding, we're leaving Ukraine. I mean, things could turn really bullish as well. So it's really, really precarious. Overall, you guys know my opinion. We are in a mega super bubble. I do expect declination, but it doesn't mean you can't go up in the meantime because we trade the trend. I'm going to ride waves up and ride waves down. What we're looking at here on the daily time frame on Bitcoin, guys, we made a lot of progress. If you see this, we have a defined trading range here via Wyckoff, right? We have our selling climax candle. It was a beautiful candle. Our automatic reaction. We have a defined trading range. What we did now is we pumped up. You see this? We pumped up and we actually got above the 0.5 fib at 40,790. So the key thing here that's going to separate this from an up thrust, which you're going to get a reaction from and dump back into your trading range, is whether or not you hold this higher level of support, okay? If you can hold this higher level of support, either at the 0.5, and luckily you have this nice 382 right here, you could dip back down to, still be in the top of your trading range. If you can hold this, make some type of cut pattern, get some accumulation, get some bullish momentum, and then move up, okay? That's what you're looking to do. And then our job is to find the resistances of where that rise could be to. We have our 233, our 144, and our 89 all right here. Big moving averages, okay? The 233 especially and the 144, and they're clustered together. Very key level, and these will be descending, but that's right about 45K. I gave you guys this pattern. I expect us to find if we can flip the moving averages, I'm looking at 47,255 as my target. This is a turning point potential in the market. If you can flip it as support like you did here at the 0.5, get above it, hold some candles here. Maybe you get a little bit of retracement, but you recover quickly, get back in here, and then go up. That is a key turning point in the market because you're above all the moving averages that matter in the daily time frame. Remember, the daily time frame is in a death cross. So you're above all the moving averages that matter. Now, what could happen, what is likely to happen, is you're likely to get rejected at the 233 or at this 1 fib at 47,255. And the key is not whether or not you get rejected. Price continually moves in waves up and down, guys. That's how price moves. The key is whether or not you hold support, okay? So I expect retracement from hitting the 1 fib, maybe getting a couple candles through it, hitting the validation point of this pattern, which is the point D at 48K. If you hit that and you end up rolling up to it a couple times, making something like a double top, breaking down, breaking your neckline, falling down, you need to hold your support structure underneath you. If you can hold the 618, that's still pretty good because you're still higher. The whole point here is you want to have higher lows building up along the range, okay? But if you collapse, if you find that resistance and price really starts doing something like this is really bad, okay? And then you're entering your trading range. And if that's the case, you're probably going to see the other markets not far behind and they will start to go down as well. So this is really, really key area. And we're talking about a 7,000 point, 6,000 point spread between here, where we're at now, and 47,255, okay? So this is a really, really crucial, for people that like to be active traders or actively monitor their investments, very crucial time to be paying attention to the marketplace. And let's go ahead and look at a couple of things while we're here. Let's look at the Caterpillar, see if we're bottling up here. We are starting to bottle up some more, so this is indicative of a move. Now that move could be the move that takes us up to our peak resistance, right? So that's what you need to be aware of. But you're bottling up nicely. You can see the tunneling here. Look how it's going from thicker to thinner. So you are starting to bottle up some, so that's something that we'll have to watch and see how that plays out. Let's look at our volatility VAMA. VAMA moving averages still split between the two of them, but that's better because we were below both of them. So we're split between the two of them, and that's making progress as well. Everything is about baby steps when you don't have, euphoric markets. You're looking at baby steps in the market. Let's look at Ichi real quick and see where we are in the cloud. See, the cloud's getting really thin. This is what we've been talking about the last couple of videos, okay? So what you could have Bitcoin end up doing here, I'll change the color of these clouds. They're raspberry. I don't know, my last screen, because I'm on a new screen, my last screen showed them up really well, but I don't know if you guys can see that or not, the clouds here. But they're getting much thinner here along the line. This is what we've been talking about. You can see it thinning out up here as well. And I expect Bitcoin, if it can hold this key area of support, maybe it comes up and tests the 618, gets rejected, comes back down, rolls down. If it can hold this area, this is where I expect it to make a move, okay? It's going to break through somewhere along here if it can get through it. And getting through it is also going to mean getting through these moving averages, which are going to be knifing through the top third of the cloud, okay? So be very bullish. And then right after that, you got your 1 fib and you got the pattern PRZ, the pattern reversal zone, where price is expected to retrace from. How big of a retracement will be absolutely crucial into seeing the next leg for Bitcoin. If it's that next leg is up, or if it met all of this resistance and got rejected hard and that next leg is down. Let me go ahead and pop that off. Let's look at a couple things here. I'm going to look at my ATR Sigmas. So we're in a buy trend right now. I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? So we were in a downtrend. We're back in a buy trend just like we were here. But again, just like we were up here, you don't want to find that resistance just like we did here and hit the moving averages and fall apart. So this climb up is very important. And let me go ahead and turn that off. Let's see what else we have here. Let's look at our ALMA. Let's see what that looks like here on the daily. Now my ALMA set to 55, and you see that we got just above it now. So we got back above the ALMA here, which is good. Again, we had a lot of separation from the ALMA down here when we hit a bottom down here at 32.9 or whatever that was. And now we're coming back up and we hit the ALMA and we've collapsed again. Got above it, collapsed. And now we got back above it. So we need to hold the support structure, which is why your fibs are so crucial in understanding where you are in the trading range. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. The 4-hour time frame looks nice. Look at this. So we made some progress, because remember previously where I was telling you guys to look at long areas here, we had this long in our room over here being above the 233, caught that nice wave up, right? And then obviously the index is dumped and we fell apart, and then you have the whole everything else happen in the world. So where we are now, we got to get some new projections for a trend-based fib. As you can see, this is our support structure. Looks like it's holding up pretty well here. Just to clean this up, we'll go ahead and just get rid of this stuff. And we'll lay out some new fibs and see what we have, because we need to look at some projections up for resistance. And what you did obviously was you flipped your 233, which again can be very bullish, okay? So let's go ahead and look at this. The time frames work. You got to flip the small resistances and the small time frames, and they filter up to the larger time frames. Let's grab the trend-based fib extension, and we need an upward projection. So we're going to take this price wave prior, okay? So we'll go from this price, from that swing low to the swing high to the swing low right here. And as you can see, look at that. The 618 lined up perfectly with the 233. So the 618 lined up perfectly. We got to hold that. We're trying to push up towards the 1 fib up there at 42,964. That seems to be the next destination. If we can get up that high, be nice bullish momentum to do so. So let's go ahead and pull this in, and let's look at some indicators here. Let's look and see where we're at on Ichi on the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, we're almost punching through the cloud. See, like I said, you don't have to wait till the thinner parts of the cloud. Here in the 4-hour time frame, it's a very thick part of the cloud. Thinner parts right here, look at that. I mean, this is nothing, right? This would be easy to punch through. So again, you could find resistance right at the tip of the cloud, okay? You could find resistance there and start coming back down, but you want to hold that 233. That'd be a crucial area to hold. We'll see if Bitcoin can do that in the 4-hour time frame. And let's go ahead and look at a couple other things here. Turn Ichi off. Let's go to Caterpillar here, see if it's blown out, if it's bottling up. Let me pull this down. It's, well, it bottled up a little bit. It's expanding now. It never got to that bottleneck like this. This gave us a big move, right? And you're going to see this with volatility. You can probably see it in your ATR as well. Yeah, you can. We didn't come down that deep. You see this retracement? These deeper retracements here on the volatility, when you throw it on a trend line, they can get you bigger moves. But we didn't come down that deep. It was kind of a shallow move, and that's what you got. You got this pump, but this pump could come up to that 1 fib at 42,964. You can see the candles are green based on the indicator that I'm using. So there's a nice bullish trend. We'll see how long that it lasts. And let's look at, where is our other moving averages here? Let's see where the 34 is. Oh, everything's going to be beneath us since we're above the 233, but we'll go ahead and throw them on here and just get an idea how much progress we made. So there you go. You have your 89, your 55, your 34. Everything's beneath you. You got above your 233, and you got above your 144. So again, everything's beneath you, and you have a nice rise happening here. Be very interesting to watch. Let's see how high Bitcoin can climb up here. And just keep an eye in the shorter term time frame here. 42,964. That is some resistance right here at the 1 fib. If you are able to flip that, 46,656 based off the 4-hour time frame. And also, if you flip that 1 fib, it puts you back in this trading range that we fell from. You see this? This was my previous trading range that we were in, and looking to make a support structure and move up. And of course, we collapsed. Okay, so we get above 42,964. We're in our previous trading range, and you're making some nice progress. This is really nice bullish momentum. When I will get a lot more bullish on Bitcoin as far as another leg up is when the daily time frame looks like this, because right now the daily time frame is opposite. All these moving averages are on top of us, okay? So just be very aware of that. We got all of these moving averages right here. You can't see with the pattern in the way, but let me go ahead and I'll just pop that off here real quick. You can't see them with the pattern, but all these big moving averages are on top of us, including the 55. So we got a lot of work to do on the daily, and this is your key time frame, okay? You get above all of this, and of course on that 4-hour it's saying 46x is your target, which puts you just shy of the 1 fib here, and just between the 1 fib and these moving averages. So very crucial time to watch. Pay attention, guys. I'll make sure I keep putting out videos for you. Working on some other videos. A lot of my videos are halfway done, but I'll be getting them out there. And really appreciate you guys watching these videos and being part of the channel. Please remember to smash the like button. Check out our links in the video description, our Twitter, our BitGet, and our Discord channel as well. All right, guys, take care. Have a fantastic Monday.